Folks, it looks like the president and Democrats are on a bull run with a major, huge victory. This is breaking news, and we're going to be covering everything you need to know about the bill that just passed the Senate. Sweeping legislation just passed by Senate Democrats. This hands the president a huge win ahead of the midterm elections for his agenda. We're going to be discussing all of the details that you need to know. Let's get started and dive right in. But before we do, as always, make sure you guys do a couple things for me. Number one, give this video a tremendous thumbs up. Smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. If this video gets to 500 likes, we will do another cash giveaway where we give away $100 to a few of you lucky subscribers. If you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed and have those notifications turned on. That little bell will notify you every time we do post a brand new video. And once we hit 20,000 subscribers, we'll do another cash giveaway, and you'll have to be subscribed to be entered in that giveaway. With that being said, let's get started and get right down to it. The passing of this $750 billion bill is yet another entry in what has been quite a winning streak for the president and the Democrats. With the low unemployment numbers, with the declining gas prices that we covered in one of our live videos the other day, the president looks like he could be on an upswing here, and Democrats might have a much rosier picture going into the midterm elections. After endless non-stop negotiations, the bill finally passed in a 51-50 vote, with Vice President Kamala Harris breaking the tie in the Senate. This means that not one Republican voted for this bill, and it absolutely makes sense because they knew if they did, it would hand the Dems a victory. The passage now allows Democrats to achieve major policy objectives ahead of November, and this bill includes a plethora of spending in many different areas that are on the Democrats' bucket list. Now, the Democrat-controlled House must vote on this bill first and foremost before it can be finally approved and then sent to the president's desk for his signature. That is expected to happen on Friday, August 12th. We covered this bill in great detail in previous videos. It's called the Inflation Reduction Act, and it would be the greatest investment in climate change in U.S. history. It would make major changes to health policy by giving Medicare the power for the first time to negotiate the prices of certain prescription drugs and extending expiring healthcare subsidies for 3 years. The bill would also aim to reduce the deficit, which is so important that we do after trillions of dollars in stimulus spending these last couple of years. We're going to want to start tackling that deficit because we don't want to mortgage our children, our grandchildren, even our great-grandchildren's future with all these trillions and trillions of dollars in debt that the country has. Of course, the $750 billion isn't just going to be plucked out of thin air. Democrats have a plan of where they're going to get this money from, and that is raising taxes on corporations and the wealthy. It would include a 15% minimum tax on large corporations and a 1% tax on stock buybacks. It would also boost the Internal Revenue Service's ability to collect. It would raise over $700 billion in government revenue over these next 10 years, and it would also spend over $430 billion to reduce carbon emissions and extend subsidies for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act, and use the rest of new revenue to reduce the deficit. This does follow President Biden's campaign promise, so he's making good on that. He campaigned vociferously, and he also discussed it on the debate stages, how instead of introducing new plans and new ideas, he would rather build on top of the Affordable Care Act and do more with it. Obamacare was greatly dismantled by congressional Republicans and Trump under his administration, so the Democrats are attempting to rekindle this program, and they don't want to dilute it. They want to make sure that it's here to stay and it has the power to do what it was intended to do. Senate Democrats were able to pass this bill even with that narrow 50-seat majority. They stayed unified in the passage of this bill, and they were able to do a filibuster-proof process that involved no votes from Republicans. The final passage came after a marathon series of contentious amendment votes known as vote-a-rama that stretched nearly 16 hours from late Saturday evening up until Sunday afternoon. Senator Joe Manchin was a key figure in the passage of this bill. The Democrats desperately needed him to be on board with everything and agree with all of the measures in this bill. He actually said that the legislation he helped write is a good balanced bill. He said, I think we'll all benefit from it. The country will. We have energy security. That's what we're looking for. And we have the ability to invest in the energy of the future. And it's quite surprising hearing these words come out of his mouth. being he has been a huge hurdle for Democrats in the past. President Biden was quick to praise the passing of this bill. He thanked the Democrats in the chamber and touted the investments in climate change and other healthcare provisions. He said in a statement, quote, "Today, Senate Democrats sided with American families over special interests, voting to lower the cost of prescription drugs, health insurance, and everyday energy costs and reduce the deficit, while making the wealthiest corporations finally pay their fair share." Senator Kyrsten Sinema also offered critical support after party leaders finally agreed to change these new tax proposals, and she did indicate she would move forward on the sweeping economic package. Democrats had to avoid a last-minute total collapse of the bill on Sunday, so they had to create a plan to win over Senator Kyrsten Sinema. She was concerned over the 15% corporate minimum tax's impact on subsidiaries owned by private equity, so Senate Democrats accepted a narrower tax proposal, but instead of paying for it through a change to the state and local tax SALT deduction, as Senate GOP Whip John Thune of South Dakota had originally suggested, they instead extended the limitation on the amount of losses that businesses can deduct for another 2 years. Sinema ultimately got on board and allowed for the passage of the bill, and she even put out a statement shortly after the passing, saying in a statement that it would, quote, "help Americans build better lives for themselves and their families by lowering prices, making healthcare more affordable and accessible, and securing Arizona's water and energy future, while also boosting innovation and spurring job creation." So clearly trying to cater to her constituency there and hope to maintain her votes in Arizona, as she's becoming quite an unpopular Democratic figure. So she's trying to make herself look good there and save some face. Republicans were quick to rail against the bill, utterly bashing it, particularly Senator Mitch McConnell, who is the minority leader in the Senate. He said in a statement that the bill included giant job-killing tax hikes and amounted to a war on American fossil fuel. He said that Democrats do not care about middle-class families' priorities. He said, and their response to the runaway inflation they've created is a bill that experts say will not meaningfully cut inflation at all. The American people are clear about their priorities. Environmental regulation is a 3% issue. Americans want solution for inflation, crime, and the border. Obviously, this is quite a good political soundbite, and he's painting this bill as yet even more government spending that will just create even worse inflation and exacerbate the situation that we're in right now. Now, economists do actually disagree and debate over whether this bill will reduce inflation, especially in the short term, but it's quite widely believed and accepted that this bill will tackle climate change. The nearly $370 billion energy and climate package is the largest climate investment in U.S. history and the biggest victory for the environmental movement since the landmark Clean Air Act. It also comes at a critical time. This summer has seen punishing heat waves and deadly floods across the country, which scientists say are both linked to a warming planet. Now, Democrats and the president didn't necessarily get everything they wanted. They didn't get every provision that they wanted to see in this bill, particularly over some of the climate provisions that had to be compensated for Senator Joe Manchin, otherwise he wouldn't have voted for the bill. So Senator Chuck Schumer even told his caucus that they had to go ahead and swallow some of the bad stuff if they want to get some of the good stuff. The Inflation Reduction Act also did not include a lot of President Biden's sweeping social programs that were included in his original Build Back Better Act. This notably includes programs such as the child tax credit and family leave. And so Senator Schumer said that Senate Democrats would, quote, return to those issues with a vengeance in the fall, signaling that he believes Democrats will maintain majority of the Senate with no issues come this November. So what do you guys think of this bill? Do you approve of it? Are you against it? Let us know down below in the comments section. It's certainly debatable whether or not we should be actually spending this money right now in this inflationary economy. Is now really a good time to spend another nearly $1 trillion, although it is over the next 10 years and would come from raising revenue from increasing taxes on corporations and the wealthy. So Certainly arguments to be had here. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Let us know down below in the comments section. We'll try to keep these debates PG or PG-13 if we can. Now, the bill isn't actually in effect just yet. Again, it still has to be voted by the House and then off to President Biden's desk. So we will have tons of coverage of this bill. We'll keep our eyes on it, and we'll be sure to update you guys once this bill does pass, if it does pass at all. More news will follow suit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got value out of it. Make sure you share it with your friends on social media. Get the word out. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. Also, make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on for this channel. That will notify you every time we do post a brand new video. And we are about to upload videos daily now for you guys. Daily uploads. We're going to be doing our normal every other day uploads, as well as in between our short videos with YouTube Shorts. So look out for those. We have already posted a new short just recently, so let us know what you think of that. And if you want to see more shorts, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. I am open to your input. But with that being said, if you want to get some free stocks, all me, all free, use the links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms, Robinhood and or Webull. You'll get some free stocks, some that up to thousands of dollars in some cases. So let us know what stocks you get. And if you want to connect me on social media, I am on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Use the social links down below. I look forward to meeting you there, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care for now.